Did you know 3 women were held captive inside an ordinary house in Cleveland for more than a decade? And they survived only because of one tiny mistake their kidnapper made? This isn't an urban legend. It happened on Seymour Avenue, and the detail people never forget is a tiny pink toy car found buried in a pile of trash inside one of the rooms. A silent witness to everything that happened there. Let me tell you the real story. In the early 2000s, Cleveland looked like any American city. Busy streets, quiet neighborhoods, people going to work every day. But hidden inside a house at 2207 Seymour Avenue, 3 women were trapped. Their names were Michelle Knight, taken on August 23, 2002. Amanda Berry, disappeared on April 21, 2003. Gina DeJesus vanished on April 2, 2004. All 3 were kidnapped by one man, Ariel Castro. Anyone who met Castro thought he was normal. He worked as a school bus driver. He attended family gatherings. He waved at neighbors. No one suspected the truth. Inside that house, Castro kept doors locked with heavy chains. He covered windows. He isolated each woman in different rooms. They were only allowed to speak when he said they could. And the detail Michelle and Amanda always remembered was the pink plastic toy car sitting in one of the rooms surrounded by trash, broken furniture, and mold. It looked like it belonged to a toddler, but there were no toddlers in that house, just victims. Life inside the house was a routine of fear. Castro controlled everything, what they ate, when they slept, when they could shower. Days blended together. Nights felt endless. Michelle later said the smell inside the rooms was unforgettable. Stale food, sweat, mildew, and something like rotting wood. It made people gag the first time they walked in. Amanda once heard people knocking on the door outside. She wanted to scream, but she couldn't because Castro warned them that if they made a sound, someone else in the house would be punished. And then something unbelievable happened. Amanda became pregnant inside the house. She gave birth with the help of Michelle, who had no medical training, just desperation. That child grew up behind locked doors, hearing almost nothing of the outside world, except the faint sounds of traffic through boarded windows. Years passed. They kept track of time by listening to fireworks on July 4th car horns when school ended, the sound of snowplows in the winter. They whispered to each other through walls, shared scraps of food, tried to keep each other sane. They survived on hope just a little, but they survived. After more than a decade of captivity, everything changed on May 6, 2013. Amanda noticed something strange. One of the doors in the hallway wasn't fully locked. Castro had left the house. For the first time in 10 years, she felt air coming through a crack in the door. She pushed it. It opened an inch. She pushed again. Another inch. Her heart was pounding. She grabbed her daughter, ran to the front door, and screamed, "Help me. I'm Amanda Berry." A neighbor heard her. They broke the door. Amanda burst out into the sunlight, crying and shaking. Police rushed in. Inside, they found Michelle and Gina, alive, frightened, exhausted, but alive. And in one of the rooms under a pile of trash was that small pink toy car covered in dust, a symbol of how long they had been trapped. Castro was arrested and sentenced to life in prison on August 1st, 2013. But here, that's the part people still argue about. The victims said they sometimes heard footsteps in the hallway when Castro wasn't home. Soft, slow footsteps. Someone else inside the house, or something. Neighbors said they occasionally saw shadows through the curtains long before the rescue. Police never found evidence of another person involved, but the victims insisted sometimes it wasn't him. And then, 1 month after sentencing, on September 3rd, 2013, Ariel Castro was found dead in his prison cell. The official report says suicide, but many people still believe there was more to the story because details never added up. The women rebuilt their lives, but the house on Seymour Avenue? It was demolished, destroyed, erased still. People who walk past the empty lot say they sometimes hear something, a faint knocking sound, as if someone inside is still begging to be let out. This happened in Cleveland, Ohio. Where are you watching from? Comment your country, and I'll reveal its darkest true story next. And answer this. If you heard someone screaming next door, would you knock on the door